But Saints are going to start off on attack. And we got that nice new lunar skin with the white, I don't know, what would you call that hairstyle?
Which one?
The Zenyatta.
That's a good question. I don't know what I'd call that.
Anyway, it looks sick. But see if they pull out a slightly different strat, try and deal with the Bastion, or they're just going to go with their regular comp and run out goats. Because, you know, who doesn't love goats, right?
Yeah, off topic. Can we give a shout out to the fact that that Arya skin looks like it came out of Horizon Zero Dawn?
Wow. You're actually so right. I haven't seen that before.
Okay, so yeah, there was a Bastion, but no, like you said, it's goats. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. Oh, the sneakiness right in the little corridor of that doorway actually caught the Saints off guard. Singularity is without a mech. Jussie goes down, and that jump actually really catching the Saints by surprise here. There's a Reaper on the other side, too, of CMU, just tearing through the tank line. And this is going to force a retreat, more than likely, from the Saints. Yeah, everyone's still dropping, so they need to back up.
Now, unfortunately, they did get a little bit of a stagger there, which, I mean, is understandable. I mean, you're 10 feet away from your spawn point. You should feel a little bit safer than that. But they did pull out, they have a Doomfist and a Reaper on the side of CMU. And I don't think the Saints were expecting that. I wasn't expecting that.
No, usually they set up right up in that top little corridor, right? And then for them to be in the doorway, yikes.
Yeah.
All right, battle onto the point. Trying to snag the pick. Reinhardt driving in, but I guess the Shatter, that's at least 2 or 3 people down on the side of Saints, and the Reaper is going to go ham onto the support line, taking down 2, but don't touch me. And Jussie and Blazin going down to follow suit. One guy living.
Unfortunately, the Doomfist and Reaper is quite effective, especially the new Reaper buffs, because, you know, they buff Reaper, but they're like, you know what, why not? We're going to buff Reaper again. So it is pretty effective into a GOATS. I do think the ults are coming up on Saints Gaming. They have Earth Shatter, and they're coming up on a few more. But you need to learn, you need to use these effectively if they're going to do anything in this fight.
All right, so they charge in, but Jussie gets taken out right away. There was a Death Blossom that I think that got canceled right away. Trying to get a better view of it. Dowling dropping the beat to try and keep his team alive in this push. Don't Touch Me kind of forced the 1v1 the tank. Singularity going down in the background, but the Saints are actually onto the point, taking down the Lucio and trying to fight back. Jub going down as well. This fight's taking so long. Jussie's actually right back into the fight, taking down Beavis. Graviton right on the point. Saints don't actually mind this though, because they're all behind the Reinhardt shield. So they're starting to get at least a little bit onto the point. No ticks or nothing. Reaper forced to fade away. And they might have to back off completely as Dowling just chases him down, no fear.
Yeah.
And Saints get at least 2 ticks out of this.
Obviously, on the first point, it's a lot easier to take this as an attacker than a defender, just because it's so much closer to the attackers. So the fact that they were able to extend that fight and the pick, especially by the Brigitte, was a big thing, because their AoE healing depended a lot on their Lucio, and they lost him pretty early in that fight. Big reason why they did win that fight. And they're sticking with GOATS, which is good because they only used a couple of ults, so they still have a few ults available to them.
Oh, yeah.
Top 4. And they're building out their last 2 as well. So.
Watch that skirmish in the street. Diva Bomb coming down, but Singularity gets popped right away, but they do manage to at least trade out to get the Doomfist. But it looks like the Saints are just going to back right up and wait for Singularity to come back. Okay. Beat is ready for any sort of defense. There is the Reaper up on the top. Got him down to half, though. Kind of scary, but does manage to retreat.
Now they have 6 ults on the side of Saints Gaming, so they're going to use them here.
Oh, if they get too close, that grab would be absolutely clutch. There is the Shatter that takes down a few Saints. At least 2 or 3 of them are down. Was swinging away, trying to keep his team alive. Beat drop, going to try and keep the Saints pushing through. I do hear a grab, but that's actually on the side of CMU. Jussie pops the Transcendence to try and keep everybody alive. And Beavis on the side of CMU actually goes down, allowing for the Saints to push in at least a little bit longer. Okay, the Reaper finds Jussie and Dowling and just pulls a Death Blossom right on top of them. That may stop this push in its tracks. We'll see as they try and round the corner. Yeah, Jub's going down. Although, Beavis getting caught out by Blazin's charge.
What a charge.
Trading tanks. But okay, the rest of the side of CMU do pull through And poor Singularity. Trying to get what he can, but we all know what's going to happen here. Feels bad, man.
Doomfist punch to the face. And there was a big Death Blossom on the side of CMU. Their Reaper, you know, he isolated their 2 of their, out of 3 of their healers, took them out almost immediately, and after that, your push is pretty much over.
Now, I know Justy loves those right clicks. Heads up, Reaper from behind. Perfect Discord orb onto him, almost taking him down. But do the Saints see him in time to actually get the kill? No, so far, Frojo takes down Dowling. Justy gets taken out as well. Graviton on the side of CMU going to keep everybody in place, wiping everybody out. Minute 30
And
left on the clock.
Again, I have to say those Reaper changes, you know, they made such a big impact on the game because you could, before, you know, you could run Reaper into a Goats comp and it would do okay. Sometimes it'd do well, but it wasn't always optimal.
Right.
New Reaper buff, he gets a lot more healing from his shotguns, and he gets so he can stay alive and fight so much longer than he used to. So that's why it's a lot more effective into a Goats comp.
Man, it's so scary. Like, we saw him that time. He jumped from the rooftops just to fall right on top of Justy. Now we have the Diva Bomb coming out on top of a Shatter.
Blocked by the
That's some big damage, but the Zarya Bubble coming in clutch to keep him alive. Justy gets taken down and blazing, but they do get the Doomfist at least. Reaper in the back line with Death Blossom takes down Jub and Don't Touch Me. Dowling running for his life at this point.
Those Reaper also are really killing the Saints. They're really killing them.
He might actually sneak around here. Can he avoid the stagger? He does not, unfortunately. Nice try, though.
Yeah. Might be a good time for the Saints to, you know, they only have 33 seconds left, and they are building towards a Transcendence and a Lucio ult. But unfortunately, I mean, I don't know. I do think, obviously, Goats is tried and true, and it's worked a lot, but it just seems to be stalling out this push at quite a time.
Yeah, the only ults they really have right now are anything defensive, so could kind of make this a little bit difficult, but at least the Reaper is in the back line. Might be a time for a Transcendence, maybe? No, never mind. They actually take down the tank. I do hear a Graviton somewhere, but nothing. Might have gotten eaten up by Singularity. Now, a lot of the members from CMU are low and are dropping. As long as the Saints don't C9 this cart, then we're good. Take a look. Yeah, we've got 2 more defensive ults.
We got 3 more built up, so it does look like they'll be able to take this point. They can spam the doorway to your right, and in front of your screen, they can spam that doorway where they spawn out of and just keep them away from cart as much as possible.
Oh, Reaper again just keeps trying to find the sneak in the back line alongside Doomfist, but Doomfist going to go down to Dowling. And Saints are up a man in this battle to try and get this cart to the point. Beavis with the Discord Orb, and they actually caught him on top of the cart. Death Blossom on top, trying to clear it out. But Justy coming in clutch with the Transcendence, stopping that damage. Graviton coming in, catching at least 3 members of CMU. Blazon's Hammer taking 2 down. Jub does go down as well from the Reaper in the back line, being an absolute nuisance. Don't Touch Me going down as well. They got to watch that cart. They're not going to quite touch it. They get it pretty close to the second point, but
that's not bad. I mean, you got a 1.5.
Yeah.
Point 3/4 almost. Big difference there was that Lucio had his sound barrier at the very end of the fight.
Yeah.
And there was, you know, it was a 4v3, but Lucio put a sound barrier down. Unfortunately, that was the end of that fight for Saints Gaming. Now, I think they might go with a Bastion defense strat. It might be a good idea.
Yeah, this is kind of it's looking similar to what they were trying before on Tuesday, but a little bit different if this Roadhog is actually a thing.
And I do have to say, you know, Goats does work, but I do think they need to be a little bit more flexible. Maybe pull out a Pharah, maybe pull out, you know, even a Junkrat, something that can do some splash damage. Because their backline was getting roasted by CMU. The Doomfist was, you know, killing a support or 2. The Reaper was flanking them. You know, you saw him jump down from the roof and almost killed Jussie. Like, I do think it was a good time for possibly a switch to something a little bit more splash damage-esque, anyway. Pharah would have also been good because they didn't really have anyone to deal with the Pharah. They didn't have any hit scan. They didn't even have a Zenyatta to go after them. So, I mean, I don't know how much they practice doing those kinds of comps, and obviously right now Goats is a big thing. Oh, we do get the Bastion strat that, and last week if you were watching, or Tuesday if you were watching, this made a huge difference. It destroyed them per se, but hopefully they can do better on defense with this.
Oh yeah, Pharmacy coming out on the other side, and as he plow through the arches. But so
So
far,
the pharmacy's back there, they're split, and there's on the right is going to be where CMU is going to come out of.
yeah, and Singularity not getting pressured that much by the Pharah, actually. Or Risa keeping him pretty safe. Although now it's kind of forced to move here. Let's take a look. Singularity does mow down Yasha's Lucio, takes down Frojo as well. But they're actually on the point. They might have to jump unless they can get a better angle on this. Nice. And they do actually get the better angle. Gonna try and keep them off. But the Reaper in the back line as they try to contest this point as well. I think they might deny the first point, yeah.
And as I said, the Reaper can withstand a lot more. He has a lot more healing. But it was good on the Bastion. You know, he did get himself a little bit out of position, a little bit in front of that shield, started taking some damage, but he changed his position. He went back on the table, started mowing them down again, and then even the halt by the Orisa was really good. Brought them into the Bastion fire and basically one-shot the Wrecking Ball.
Okay, so the only one with an ult so far is Singularity for tank mode. He just melted that D.Va mech. My goodness, down it goes. It's a big body out of the way. Especially since you really want that D.Va to absorb as many shots as possible with the defense matrix. Now, Touch Me taking a lot of heat, and as the Pharah bombs or Pharah rockets rather, keep hitting them on the top floor
and the
there.
Junkrat bombs.
Yeah.
Lots of splash damage.
Okay, Blazin takes a lot of heat. Pharah's going to take him down. Don't Touch Me in the front line, getting a lot of heat as well. Justy bringing Blazin back, keeping the tank live or tank line alive. There we go, choking up a little bit here, but we got this, I swear. Okay, nicely done from Singularity, totally soloing the Pharah uncontested. They're all on the point so far, keeping everyone alive. And looks like CMU backs off for now.
They did get a few good picks in there on the Pharah, especially with that recon mode by Singularity. Well done.
Okay, Singularity back in position behind their Orisa shield, melting the health bars of these guys. Although taking a decent amount of damage as well. We do have a Riptire incoming, and we have a pause, actually. It seems that, yeah, somebody disconnected, it looks like. So we will be a brief moment here, it looks like.
Who's done with that Bastion strat? So I just want to talk about this this Bastion strat. So the key to this Bastion strat, one of the ways that you can beat it is by taking, so when you're going onto Hollywood, onto this first point, there's two ways you go in. There's the main gate, and you can slip by the main gate. You can go around the, I'm going to call it the house, kind of. That's beside the point. A third avenue that a lot of people don't know about is using a Pharah. You can, if you're seeing where they're firing from, they're going over the top of the gate.
Yeah.
And they're firing at the Bastion. So as an Orisa, you know, you do have a big shield, and obviously you can cover the Bastion, but you have a Junkrat, you have a Pharah, and you have someone else in the middle, and they're all firing from different directions. So there's only so many shields an Orisa can produce.
For sure.
Before, you know, it goes on cooldown, and they just keep firing away. So, you know, their Saints are defending really well, but they do have to watch out for the possibility of all three of those angles diving them at the same time.
Yeah, can you see how much time is left on the clock, actually? Is that a minute something?
Minute 38.
Minute 38. So that's like another 2, maybe 3 pushes at most on the side of CMU.
But what I've also noticed is they did use that junk tire, or as you can see, we also used our junk tire. So those are going at the same time, but I haven't seen CMU use any ults.
Right.
I think we're in for a big fight. Oh, there we go.
And the Riptire, we get 2. Actually, they traded Riptires, actually. But Jumps was better. There we go. Blazin holding the point down, takes down the D.Va. Just a matter of taking down this Junkrat, it looks like, and Saints will hold.
That was
a minute 20.
Interesting pause timing.
Yeah, it was literally right at the time where both Junkrats were exploding. It was kind of funny.
So we still have 2 ults. Still have the Bastion ult, still have the Orisa ult, and Mercy's about 80% on her Valkyrie.
A supercharged
so we
tank.
Have a lot of ult usage available for Saints Gaming. We'll see what CMU does in response to this.
Yeah. Don't Touch Me just being an absolute unit in this front line, putting so much damage onto that shield. And Singularity gets the pick, and then a nice hook there from Don't Touch Me, taking 2 down as they switch to a Hanzo, actually. 40 seconds on the clock. Okay, Jesse also has the Valkyrie as soon as this push starts becoming threatening.
going to be very hard for CMU at this point.
Okay, Singularity taking a decent amount of heat as the Diva Bomb comes out. So does the Riptire. The Diva Bomb does find Blazin, but can this Riptire hit its mark? Does find Hanzo again, as Hanzo's just not getting anything done. Jussie with the revive, keeping Blazin alive, and there's a new shield. And there's only 6 seconds on the clock here. Transcendence pretty early coming out from CNU as a Riptire comes out as well. Whole Hog gets slept down, unfortunately, for Don't Touch Me. A big shot there from Marcio on CMU. Singularity going point blank with this tank. Let's see what he can do. Keep everybody alive. Diva going down, but the overtime is triggered. There goes Singularity finally after a little while. I think it's only Dowling on the Brigitte left. So they get the overtime, but it does appear that they're going to have to set up for the second hold here.
And as I said, when they went around there first, you know,
okay, we
got
take those.
a late Zenyatta pick. As I said before, it is very hard for defenders to get back to that point. As soon as you start losing that point, the spawn is so far back for the defenders that it's almost, I'm not saying impossible, but it's very difficult for defenders to get back to that.
Yeah, with this map, it kind of makes up for it with like the last point being so close to the defenders, but we're not going to get that luxury since we only have like 3/4 of the way of this point to worry about. Yeah. So Riptire is ready. It's going to fire it out right away. The Bastion gets taken out pretty quickly, but so does the Riptire. Don't Touch Me once again, right in the middle of the action. Gets the kill shot with the hook. Let's go. And Hanzo right in front of him. Can he take him down? He does. This is a pretty easy hold here for Saints.
I think a big key, and
almost.
As I was saying, actually, big key for them on even holding that first point to 0 was the Don't Touch Me's hooks, because he got at least 2 or 3 picks on that first point that allowed them to keep control of that, force CMU to back off, and contest the point for as long as they possibly could. CMU has to get this point with that Bastion. If they don't get this point with that, get him on that cart as soon as possible, they're going to lose this point.
Singularity melts the tank right away. See what they can do though. Tank coming out from Singularity actually. Takes 1, takes 2, and just going to keep on going. That's at least 4 down.
The sniper Bastion.
Has the Hanzo done anything so far this game? Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but
no,
I don't think he really got anything.
He's been stunted by this Bastion. Hanzo was a good counter to Bastion because with the Storm Arrow, he can melt through your through whoever is shielding you, and he can land direct shots onto your Bastion. But unfortunately, this Bastion is just doing too well.
Okay, Transcendence coming out right away, and the Dragon Strike going to force them off the point. But the beat drop going to keep everybody alive for now. Singularity barely hanging on. Kind of puts himself in a bad spot. He's going to get caught in the Graviton. That could be scary for our Saints, as Don't Touch Me also goes down.
The key is they have to survive this or die early, because if they get picked here, it's going to be very tough to defend this point.
This tire could be everything right now if they can sneak around, because none of the Saints are here.
This tire,
he has to do it soon, though. They're right there. Okay, finally gets the contest. It comes from above. Big shatter takes down 3. Beautiful shot there from Jub Jub. The absolute most clutch hold. Somebody clip that. That was beautiful.
That's my DPS right there. His name is Jub Jub.
Absolutely legendary. Everyone's popping off after that one.
Wow.
That play of a game, of course, I will give the Mauricio big credit. He had some big plays on this Reaper.
Like I was saying, you see how much health he got back there.
Oh my, yeah, right here. Just go ham on them.
Maximum skill.
Hey, it's just perfect timing. You pick your place and you go.
Yeah, no credit. But I do want to give big credit. I do want to give big credit to the DPS there. Singularity. Q is
No, he's telling it as it is right now.
You're not wrong. I do want to say though, very well played by the DPS. You know, those big tires by Jub Jub and the Bastion with his snipes and his consistently good positioning by Singularity kept them alive in that fight. And obviously, as you saw in that last one, 3-shot by Jub Jub. You can't really do much better than that.
With also just the low-key shout-out for, it would have been Blazin's Shatter, because that stopped any sort of pressure on the tire, allowing for the perfect position to get that triple kill, to make that push completely stop in its tracks.
And, you know, they show us, you know, we got beat by a very good team last week, but we're right back, and we're clapping, kids. yet again.
I mean, I wouldn't call that a clap. That was
Well,
that was a
you know
good
what?
play.
I'm being optimistic. I
I
want
know
to
you're
call
being
it a clap.
optimistic, but I'll tell you what, CMU is actually giving our guys a massive run for their money.
Yeah, but they won their first round,
Mm-hmm.
and they did really well in it. They performed well, and I can't wait to see what's next because that was a very exciting match.
Mm-hmm.
Very exciting.
Yeah, that one definitely woke me up. That was sick.
Yeah. Welcome back to Overwatch.
And then, of course, shout out to everybody in the chat tuning in today.
Booby me boo, I see you. I see you over there. Nerf Bastion. But I'm ready, Tracer.
So we're going to just take a brief second. I'm sure Game 2 will be underway in just a moment. Just fire on the tunes again until the game gets started. We shall be right back.
Welcome back to your super exciting first series of games here in the Nest. You're watching the St. Clair Saints take on CMU in Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
And we're on map 2, Helios.
And we got goats.
Hey, I think I've seen this comp before somewhere. I don't know. Have you seen this
I don't
comp?
know. It doesn't seem to be that common.
You know what? I'm just so used to seeing Torbjorn Symmetra. Like, it's just standard Torbjorn Symmetra.
Okay, now what league are you playing in? That's a thing. But
You know what? I'm drawing from my my brother's silver account. That's what I'm drawing from.
this all makes sense now.
No, but just saw a very exciting game between St. Clair and CMU. St. Clair did get on top, and they won that game. And Helios can be used for goats, can also be used for a lot of splash damage, and hopefully we see a lot of environmental kills on this one, because this is the big one for hooks off the edge, boops everywhere.
Yeah, there's a reason why I'm on Dowling right now, because I'm just waiting for a boop. But, okay, so Saints take the position on top of the point right away, kind of containing themselves, so if there was splash, it'd be a problem, but taking the bet that they're just doing goats, and then, well, no goats, but there's a Reaper in there. But really no splash. There we go, nice Flame Strike coming out from Blazin to take down the Ana. And Saints should get the first cap, and they do. Doomfist barely getting out with his life.
He did get Justy, though.
Forcing everybody away. Oh, yeah, Justy did go down, eh? But still, we'll take a 3 for 1. Although that Reaper might be a little bugger going around the back trying to find Justy.
He's going to stagger them out very badly, though.
Don't touch me. Fully charged, ready to go. Justy actually takes down the Reaper. Let's go, Justy. Don't fall for any of that shenanigans. Okay, don't touch me. Getting pretty low. The Graviton coming out from CMU. But a fully charged Zarya is going to do a ton of damage alongside Justy's damage. He takes 2. While Singularity takes 1. Only Dowling going down so far. Beat coming out from CMU. Meteor Strike coming down from Doomfist. Not getting a kill on anything. And he's going to go down to Don't Touch Me. Nice hold so far from the Saints.
So big thing for them on that push was Justy getting that Reaper early. And I have to say his shots weren't exactly hitting the mark last game, but as you could see, he's having a fun time with this one. I think he's a little bit fired up. And they're sticking with this Reaper Doomfist, interestingly enough.
Okay, Diva Bomb coming down, but Diva's going to get taken out with no kills on the bomb. Transcendence coming out from Justy, trying to keep everybody alive on the point, but Singularity's going to go down. I do hear a Graviton coming out that got at least 3-4 members, but there's no damage to follow up, so that is going to be a Saints wipe with CMU taking the point at about, I'm guessing, 84%?
As you saw on the kill feed, Doomfist got 2 before as soon as self-destruct was gone, Doomfist was up, Justy in the wall, and Don't Touch Me is dead. Yeah. So you have a 4v6. I don't know if the Transcendence is necessary in a 4v6. It's kind of a lost.
Might have been a little late. Yeah.
Might have been a little late, but I mean, with Doomfist you do get 1 shot, so it is hard to say, you know.
Incoming Death Blossom from nowhere, taking 2 people down, while the rest of the CMU squad cleans up.
And Mauricio on that Reaper, he's just jumping from roofs and taking names. But a big key to that fight for Saints, at least. They did take down the Zarya, and obviously when you kill Zarya, her energy resets to 0. So if you have a 0 charge Zarya compared to a 100 charge Zarya, the damage difference is unbelievable. So it'll definitely help them in their next fight they're having.
All right, Saints charging in. The rally is going to give them a little bit of extra defense on this point. Charge in completely. Jub taking down the honor nice and quick. See if Justin can snag a pick, get some good damage in at least. Just a matter of defending its Reaper, but the beat drop kind of forcing the Saints to split their focus. A little bit of a mess. The Graviton coming out from CMU. Death Blossom coming out as well. Takes down 2 so far. Don't Touch Me still on the point alongside Jub, but it actually looks like this one's going in CMU's favor. Don't Touch Me does snag Mauricio, and down he goes due to the boop.
And as I said, you know, they're running goats, but the Reaper is doing very well. And I have to say the Doomfist on the side of Froyo, on the side of CMU, is doing really well getting his picks. Because as a Doomfist, if you're not getting those picks in those fights, then he's kind of, you know, a useless person. But he is doing very well with that Doomfist, and he is getting his picks, and he's creating 5v6s, 4v6s that are just terrifying St. Clair.
Yeah, this fight makes it now or never. Justy goes down real quick. The Graviton going to snag a few people just outside of the point, but there wasn't really much of a follow-up. Overtime coming out. We're almost got enough to capture, but this is kind of scary. The Shatter takes 2 or 3, but where's the damage? Where's the damage from the side of Saints? At least 2 are gone. I don't think this is going to do it. The Boop going to take down Zarya once again. Diva Bomb on the point, but she's not going to be able to stay alive long enough. The shield's also going to stop anything from happening. Justy trying to stall the best he can with the Transcendence on the point. Shatter comes out, but he misses completely. Doesn't matter. CMU going to get the first points for game number 2.
And as you could hear, a little bit of frustration from the Saints. You know, they were up 83 to 0%, and CMU came back. Credit to them. Came back from 83%, 100% sweep. Good picks by the Doomfist, and as I said before, that Reaper just stays alive for, it seems, forever. Unfortunately for St. Clair. It was a good run, though. They did get 83%, and they had a few fights that could have gone in their favor. A few excellent ults by CMU to keep them down. Reaper ult, Lucio ult, specifically. But we'll see what they can do with round 2. And they do bring out the Roadhog.
Oh, this is a well team if I've ever seen it. We've got, of course, that gigantic well in the middle.
And
That's
we do
going
have
to
a
be deadly.
We have a Pharah and a Widow on this one. Because of these long sight lines, obviously they're very good for this map. So we'll see how those perform through this one.
Yeah, it does look like CMU's thinking the same, but hooks the D.Va, but she is able to escape the Wells pull. But 3 kills so far on the side of Saints, with Singularity getting 2 and Jub finding the snipe onto the Pharah. So it's looking good for our Saints right now as the point is just about to unlock. Nice little boop there from the side of Singularity, getting Orisa outside of the shield and finishing her off.
And we're no strangers to Singularity's Pharah. He always does very well with it. And you got the hook on Roadhog, you got the Concussive Blast on Pharah, and you got the Lucio Boop. So 3 very easy environmental kills you can get, and it makes this map, you know, fun for fans and spectators as well as the players.
Actually, let's hop around, see if Jub could find a pick, looking for the Ana. Almost getting it, but now he's starting to get a little bit of pressure.
I do switch the Tracer on the side of CMU.
Tracer, we don't see those too often. At least not nowadays, and he's actually going to find Dowling with the kill. They trade and get the healer, get the Ana. Jub finally getting pressured out by Mauricio on the McCree this time. Oh, and I like to play, and it does take down the Orisa right into the pit. And down, or not Dowling, don't touch me, going to live out of that. So this looked kind of sour for the Saints at first, but it's being turned around on its head.
And it was very good on the healers and the tanks by Saints. You know, they lost Dowling early, they lost their Widow early as well, and they were able to stay alive. They were able to, you know, make that cheeky little play, the Concussive Blast and the hook. I do love seeing those little, as I said, very fun for environmental skills, very fun for fans and spectators. But a big key for that, ooh, very good snipe, good snipe. Jub is just terrorizing them from up here.
I like the use of this Orisa orb to like set up hooks and set up snipes here from the side of the Saints. Beat getting dropped, trying to keep everybody alive. D.Va Bomb coming out, and there's a Tracer in the back line. Can they keep the Ana alive? Just barely. She's purpled. If she recalls, she will not get health back, I don't think.
No.
Somebody call me out if I'm wrong, but
no,
I believe it's how it works.
Jesse took her out, actually.
Nicely done, Jesse. Emergency Wrecking Ball.
Just delay.
Okay, Dowling going in.
Dowling a boop there by Lucio.
And Jesse gets another one. Jub taking down the Tracer as well. Like 6v4 at this point. Can we hop along in with Singularity? There he is. See if we can get a bird's eye view from this. But it looks like Saints able to hold so far. Just a matter of dealing with this
CMU is
D.Va.
delaying for a long time, though.
Oh yeah.
There's the hook.
Okay, 2 more going down. I don't think there's anybody else to pressure, so there we go. We're going to a game 3.
100-0.
Round 3.
100-0.
Yeah.
That mid-game skirmish that they traded kills, you know, St. Clair won. They won it out, and that they continued to use that momentum through the rest of the map. And I have to say, you know, Widow did die once, but she was almost uncontested at the top. And that's very key. If you're a Widowmaker and you can constantly escape, go back up, take your snipe, escape, they can't dive you, they can't contest you, and unless they have a better Widowmaker than you, you're kind of going to be rolling them.
Right. Now this is the part of Ilias that skews the Smash reference, but it has the least amount of jank, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to get janked out by getting hooked into a well or booped or something like that.
You can see almost everything, but
yeah,
this map has very, very long sight lines.
Very
Baron
true.
Widow will definitely be used here by most likely both teams. And there's the Widowmaker.
Yeah, so they do pull out a Widow right away. Eh? Well, we got one of our own. We've got Jub here on the left-hand side. See what he can find.
Widowmaker.
And if Rojo takes down Singularity off the start, Jub getting pressured. Don't touch me back onto the tried and true D.Va. Kind of in the back line, separated away from everybody, though. He's probably going to get demeched if he is not careful. He goes down. But Singularity, in the meantime, actually doing a field day on the healing line of CMU. D.Va going down as well. There goes Ana. Although finally, Frojo taking down Singularity as well as Jussie. But in the meantime, Saints take the point. Oh, hello, Genji. Mauricio showing us the 3rd character, I think, in his arsenal with this Genji. But the Tesla coil is not going to get reflected.
I do like the idea of Genji for the dive against the Widowmaker, but unfortunately, they have a Winston, so you're kind of running into your counter.
Yeah.
Might have just been an instinct decision, something to counter the Widowmaker on the side of Saints, but unfortunately it didn't work, and Saints were able to regain point, and even in that muddle, gain the point in the beginning. They already hit 31% by the second push, so good hold.
And we're at a quarter way. The point is finally getting contested. Let's see. Oh, no, he didn't get the fling like he was hoping for. Marcio taking down Blazin right away. Primal Rage coming out from the Winston on the side of CMU. Looks like the Valkyrie coming out from Justy, trying to keep these guys alive as long as possible. And so far, not doing a bad job. Almost flung himself off the side, but the contest is still going on. Don't touch me in the middle of the skirmish. Getting pummeled. I do see a barrage coming out, but I don't think it got much effect on the side of Saints. Jub getting a kill off on the side. Blazin just trying to stall out the best he can. He almost got the Genji, actually. Can he finish him off? The Dragon Blade coming out. Can CMU clean this up? It doesn't look like it's gotten much effect so far. The only kill I see right now is Jub. Okay, Justy does go down due to the Diva Bomb, and Blazin finally getting taken out as well, but the contest is still happening. Can they hang on to it? Doesn't quite look at it.
Again, though, they were at 32% when that fight started, and now they're 82%. So they were able to keep point through that whole thing. They were able to gain, you know, half of what they need to finish this game. Big snipes by Jub are coming through, and all it really takes is one fight for them to win this map, because as soon as they control that point, they'll have all the momentum, and all they have to do is hold them off. So if they can get a key take here, maybe a pick by Jub can start it off right, and they'll be able to finish off this point.
He does have the wall hacks, so we could see that come out to try and assist the Saints, though not bringing it out just yet. I hear the team saying Genji Tracer in the back, so that could be a very deadly combo for the Saints backline, but Genji is going to go down. Justy keeps Singularity alive, bring the damage back. Dowling almost getting the boot, but takes down the Tracer in the background. Singularity getting dropped out of the sky. Jub not quite in position to get anything done quite yet. Primal Rage going to keep the Saints off the point. 54% on the sides of CMU at the moment. That Lucio is probably going to get dropped if Don't Touch Me has anything to say about it, but Winston there for the backup. 61% gets taken out completely. I think that's going to force it back from the Saints.
And they did switch to the Wrecking Ball on the side of CMU for, I think it was a little bit of delay, but he's not going to have his ult for a while. So if they can finish off CMU before he gets that ult, they could potentially win the game.
Okay, let's see if Singularity can get enough poke here to try and get that barrage by the time this push starts. Okay, see the Wrecking Ball charging in alongside Mauricio, who's no longer on the Genji. Here comes the Diva Bomb. Finds Justy again, unfortunately. Seems to be a magnet to that kind of stuff lately. Unfortunate. But Mauricio in the back line. It's 96% on the point. We need a clear real quick. Is the barrage going to come out? It doesn't look like it's needed, actually. At least not right now. Diva on top of Singularity. Expecting the barrage to come out. But they're actually going to be able to save their ults here. I expected the barrage, and they didn't need to do it.
All right, so this is it. This is it.
Yeah, final push.
If the Saints can hold on to this, they win the game, they win the series. If they can't hold on this, we're going to game 3. This is very exciting stuff.
And this is actually a rarity. We get to see the Moira coming out here from Justy as well.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and dive the Ana in the back before she can even get near point, and that'll basically guarantee them to win.
Okay, Jub gets the pick on the Lucio. Nice. But Jub
wow,
takes on the
4-4.
Ana, but Singularity gets picked out as well. He's going on a sniping spree.
One
Beautiful.
More.
And another. That's at least a quad there from Jub. Can you snipe a Tracer? I don't know how the hell you snipe a Tracer, but they take care of it.
As I said, you know, you can see. You don't get much better than a Jub Widow, do you?
Oh, it came in clutch, that's for sure. We're probably going to see it again here for play of the game, more than likely. No, we're going to get the Reaper, of course. But
you know what? My personal play of the game is Jub sniping at 99% for each, because that
was clutch.
Won them the game by a mile.
Coming in with the ult out of nowhere. So effective that even Randy Orton would approve of it.
We don't want to talk about that. We just won the game. Very clean 2-0.
I give credit where credit is due. They did some good stuff. And in fact, that was actually, it may have been a 2-0, but that was stupid close.
That was very, stats will be deceiving. That was very close. It was a good challenge, but Saints came out clutch. They came out on top, and